welcome to my first ever podcast. I'm making this podcast because making videos definitely is proven to be not easy. Having spent a lot of time creating ideas in my head and trying to put together concepts that are interesting and that are different that people would enjoy, on top of concepts and stuff that I would enjoy, prove difficult. I mean, it's not easy to make content that's unique and content that is appealing while maintaining that fun factor in it. When you're doing it by yourself, it's not like, I can easily come up with things in my head and bring it all to life. It takes a lot of work when you focus too much, admittedly, on production value. What does that mean? Well, if I'm a guy like, if I'm a guy that wants to make really bomb YouTube videos, and also has a problem accepting good enough, like Kevin Smith would say, then it becomes very difficult to make content that you feel good about in a timely fashion. And then you can easily snowball into well, I don't want to say snowball, but you can easily fall into a creative desert where you find yourself losing motivation to make content that you otherwise would enjoy making. Let me give you an example. I was thinking of a new video to make where I wanted to show off these lights that I had gotten. I did something like that previously. You can check it out in my previous videos where I kind of mention light panels. But I wanted to make a video about these different kinds of light panels, small, compact light panels that give off a lot of light. And usually with each video, I go and start doing sketches. I do storyboarding, and I'll draw bullet points. What is it about the lights or whatever it is I'm going to talk about is amazing, pros and cons, etc., etc. And I quickly find myself wanting to make these shots, make these scenes where I can really show off how dynamic this light is and how amazing this light is. But then it's difficult to do it on your own. Say, for example, I wanted to make a scene where it's kind of a montage, wake up montage scene where I'm putting those lights to use in a bathroom and showing how they're waterproof, and you can put them in showers and what have you. And I just found myself starting to think, how long will it take to shoot this X scene? And what will it entail? How much would I have to move about, and how much would I have to put together? Then there's a matter of timing. I have to work around my family, or you could be a person that has to work around, like, say, roommates or your work schedule and what have you. And you can find yourself putting a lot of work into one shot, and you're really proud of that shot. And then, you keep compounding onto that with other shots and B-roll and such, because you want to make your videos as interesting as possible and make your content as noteworthy as possible to keep people engaged. Because boy, there's so much things that go into making YouTube videos. You have to make engaging content that keeps people engaged, that keeps people wanting to watch. You don't make them bored, because now we live in the age of social media, where people are consuming content in a matter of microseconds now. You're scrolling through your feed, and you can go through content that took people minutes or hours or days or months in a flash. And if that content is not interesting, or if that content is not in some way gripping, then you've lost that viewer. And so that concept applies heavily in YouTube. You have to worry about so many things, everything from the thumbnail to making content that keeps people engaged, keeps people gripped in, so you can get longer view time, so people can see your content longer. Because then you have to This is the battle against the almighty algorithm with YouTube. You need to make content. YouTube only cares about binge watching. They don't care. Well, they care to a large degree what you put up and what people are watching. But the stuff that they allow, they want people to binge watch as much as possible. And so YouTube hawks your data. They look closely at X creator made these videos and people, okay, we threw a couple people into it. They didn't bite. Okay, maybe it's a thumbnail. Fine. You upgrade your thumbnail. Okay, we YouTube, we're going to throw some people at it. Okay, they bit. Now they're watching. Okay, they only watch for an average of about, 12 seconds, and then they clicked off. Well, then what happens? They're going to stop sending people your way because YouTube wants people to click on your stuff and watch your stuff completely through. And so what do? They give people shots. You have to, you put your content out there, and if you put in your tags and you put in your keywords and stuff like that, you can get people in front of your videos. But if it's not content that people are just engaged in, they won't watch, and then YouTube will quit sending people your way. And that's a problem. And so that's a problem we as creators have to overcome. We have to work extra hard to bring our content above average so people are engaged and they watch longer. And so lots of things go into that. I don't want to say production value goes into that, aesthetic goes into that. That's a big help. It's nice. But if you make content where you're, content that, people don't really care to see, I imagine, I can't speak for the world, but, I, as a viewer, if I see a guy, sharpening knives, that doesn't interest me at all. If he had a real cool thumbnail that drew me in and I clicked and I watched it and he just sharpening random knives, maybe if they were cool looking knives, that maybe be something, but if you're sharpening everyday knives, that's not going to interest me. I'm going to click away, move on to something else. What else is out there? And so creators are pressured to make content that will keep people engaged. And then as a creator, in my case, as a filmmaker, I want to make content that people will come away with intrigue and interest. And I want to put questioning in people's head and get people's gears going and teach things and show people how I make things, or, whether you're, on a basic level, an advanced level. And well, I mean, it's not easy because I put my stuff out there. Maybe I'm too close. I put my stuff out there, and people don't watch, and that's discouraging. You see, there's some people watching, and then you look at your data, and people just aren't engaged. People that click on it don't watch very long, and they click away, and it's very discouraging. And then you try AdSense. You try using ads. Which I'll get into maybe in another podcast. But it's another thing where I felt like I tried that heavily, and then it's very inorganic, and it's just not real. And you find out they're just sending your stuff to click farms, and that's even more discouraging. And but in any case, you're like, okay, I can't give up. I got to keep going. Keep trying. And then you find yourself wanting to put more and more and more and more into your videos, into your craft, to the point where making a video becomes such an overwhelming, daunting task when you're already holding 2 jobs that it's not fun anymore. And it's not something that like you look forward to, because there's all this stuff that kind of runs against you. And so it's like, how do I press on? How do I move forward? I know I want to make videos. I want to make fun stuff and entertain people, but I just can't accept my content for what it is based on the feedback that I'm getting. And so anyway, it's not easy, folks. God bless all those YouTubers that get out there and they work hard and they make their content and they just put it out. I'm one of those guys that, if I'm going to put something out, I want to put my all into every video, and I want people to come away being entertained. I want people to come away having learned something or just picked up something. And I just feel like, the content that I have put out is it just hasn't landed. It hasn't landed. And I got to be real with myself. And some people say, well, don't be discouraged, just make a whole bunch and put a whole bunch of stuff out there. And they're right. They're absolutely right. You shouldn't quit. You should keep going. But I think I speak for quite a few people when I say that it's not easy to, keep going when you can't get out of your own way, like some folks say. I can't get out of my own way. I have a hard time accepting good enough. I make content and I feel like if I make a video about, toy cars, I feel like I want to put as much B-roll as humanly possible and make sure that, my monologues are well informed, well engaged, well written. And I want my executions to just be perfect through and through, and then making sure that my coloring is perfect and my framing is perfect, and make sure every shot is appealing and cinematic and stuff like that. Next thing you know, every production is so overwhelming that I don't want to do it. Then I don't do it, and then I find myself in a desert where I can't even come up with ideas anymore. I can't even think of like, okay, whereas before I was thinking, okay, I'm going to teach about contrast. I'm going to talk about perspective and things to help people make better content, regardless of what that is, but the next thing you know, I'm dry. I have no real ideas. Well, shit, how do I get over that? How do I get myself out of that rut? Well, maybe if I had more time. Maybe if I had more time to think and write, maybe that'll correct it all and I can get back in the fray. Okay, well, coronavirus is here. And, I find myself, I'm not home. I have a day job. I have two jobs, actually three, but I have two real, actual jobs that I do. One is full-time, one is part-time, one is, freelance, per diem. My full-time job, I work in healthcare. Can't turn that off. I report to work every day. I'm proud of what I do. I get out there and I, help folks who need it, but needless to say, I work in office-based healthcare, and I mostly dealing in men's health and the urinary system. And it's, it's not terribly as essential as hospital workers, but I still have to go to work, and because there are people who do need care that should be done in office to keep them out of the hospital, mainly for the elderly. And I go there and I do my thing. But needless to say, I mean, the office hours are 10 million times longer now, feel longer, because we're not seeing, a shadow of the amount of patients that we used to. And so I got a lot more time on my hands at work. Okay, well, that should be a time for me to go and write, brainstorm and think and just kind of try to get my gears going. But it doesn't, because I'm incredibly fucking lazy. Then with my second job, I work that remotely mostly, with a couple exceptions. I go to a couple boat shows and those are fucking awesome. But most of the work I do for the other job is I do video editing work from home, and I submit, deliverables to the cloud and do all the stuff at home. Then my third job, obviously, is what I'm doing, photo, video for myself. And, I'm in this desert, and even with this coronavirus thing going on, it's like I'm struggling to come up with concepts that I feel like I can do, because then you start thinking like a real fucking lazy ass. It's like, okay, I'm gonna make this video. I want to do a video, but I want to do it real fucking easy. I want to do something that's like really easy, because I see all these YouTubers that are really successful and their videos don't do any of the stuff that I do. Okay, I can do that, right? I can do shit where, very simplistic, just me on camera, just talking or whatever. And I started feeling like, no, you lazy ass. You got to do better, man. You got all these, talents, and good God, you have tens of thousands of dollars in gear, and you're not going to use any of it? I mean, you're just going to use a couple fucking things. What is wrong with you? Like, get your shit together, man. You got to put out content. But I'm still in this desert. And so then finally I thought, well, okay. I am one of those guys that I fucking talk to myself a lot. Call it, I don't know, fucking ADHD, or call it, I don't know, creativity syndrome or whatever. Like, well, Einstein talked to himself all the time. But I do. And then I thought, like, well, wait a minute. I'm constantly talking to myself like I'm talking to another person. So fuck it. Let me go out here and let me see about maybe just doing a podcast, maybe putting all that aside and just do sound slices and, just get shit out of my head, because a lot of shit be going through my head. And I figured, well, yeah, I guess, I'll just give that a try and see how that goes. And so here I am. If you guys are just tuning in with this for the first time, welcome. And I'm Xavier. I'm your host. And I'm going to be just talking shit for a while. Obviously, even if I wanted to grab my camera and go out and do some shit, I couldn't really, because, this whole coronavirus thing. Guys, this shit is no joke, for real. Like, stay the fuck home, man. This is like, every day the numbers are just going up and up and up, and it's everything we thought we knew about this virus is like, it's just not fucking true, man. It's like, it's not, like, not even close. Last I checked, 49% of the cases are people 40 and younger. And of course, majority of the deaths are still the elderly, but this is no joke, man. Like, stay the fuck home. Do right by your fellow human being, man, and just stay home. But yeah, in any case, yeah, so here I am. Big shout out to all those nurses and doctors out there sticking their necks out in the emergency rooms. I don't even feel like I compare. Those people are like, in the lion's den, taking care of business and, swearing their oath, so adhering to their oath, to help people. And God bless all those people, doing right by humanity and not complaining. It's a shame, like, God, we can build all kinds of stuff in a hurry, but we can't sew together some masks. Dude, there's doctors I know that, like, are making HEPA filter masks, fashioning masks themselves out of HEPA filters from vacuum bags. Like, damn, that has me, like, blown, man. I'm like, we can't make masks. You can't get a bunch of people, a bunch of sewing machines, and just make masks. Like, we got to do it ourselves, because we can't rely on our leadership to come through. But the upside is, in that same facet, people are coming through and helping each other, and that's super enlightening, to see how many people are engaged and just helping each other out. Yeah, you see all this negativity of people, going out and being greedy and selfish and, like, racking up on, like, years and years worth of toilet paper. Like, what's that about? Like, what the fuck? Does your ass eat paper? Is it like your ass is a whole sentient being that requires paper to survive? Or, like, wouldn't it be fucked up if, like, people were going and, like, getting this toilet paper and they're like, nah, man, I'm actually getting this shit for Halloween, man. So I could fucking throw toilet paper over my house. I survived the Rona. It's like, people are fucking weird, man. It's like, toilet paper. Priorities, right? Like, people are going around, like, buying so much shit they don't need, man. So much shit they don't need. But that's America, right? Like, we're conditioned. we're conditioned to live in excess. Like everything's got to be in excess. Everything's got to be way more than what we could possibly ever need. It's like, dude, even in my own house, I look in my pantry and it's like, there's so much shit in here for days. I mean, like not for days, but like there's so much shit in here that's like, you know, if we were to like, I guess, go fucking scorched earth and were to, ration, right? And never go out and buy anything again and just ration and what have you, and start like get like tarp and shit and start collecting rainwater, even though it's illegal here. And illegal in a lot of states, but it's like, if we went like full prepper like that, then it's like, I got enough shit just in my regular pantry to last us till Christmas. And it's like, I went on, of course, I'm a guy, I'm all about data, and I'm looking at the data, the early data that was coming out and seeing how quickly, and drastically it affects countries when it makes it there. And I thought, well, this is one thing where I need to have minimal contact out there, especially if I'm going to be still working in healthcare. I need to minimize any unnecessary contact. So I was one of those guys. I went to Costco, I bought, a case of paper towels, and really did like a month's worth of grocery shopping. I ain't fucking come out of there with like 8 shopping carts, stacked up with like, 6 cases of toilet paper or whatever. I mean, how much fucking toilet paper? I still can't get over this toilet paper shit. It's blowing me. But I did get, some regular just dry foods that last a long time, to last. And it's like, even now with all this, I'm like, boy, I feel like a dick. I feel like an asshole. Like, I went there like I went and did this over a month ago, and this food is still here. And I'm just like, what kind of a fucking prick I am? You know what I mean? Like, I need to go and like take this shit to like these fucking nursing homes or something like that. People that need it, that can't go out, But now, even to this day, like people are just going and just buying. I saw this one video. This lady in Florida went to a Dollar Tree or Dollar General or some shit like that out there and cleaned house. Like, this lady went in there and bought their entire stock of paper goods, paper towels, paper, toilet paper, napkins, and in case you're wondering, I'm not sniffling or anything. It's just when I talk a long time, my nose starts to run. And same thing when I start doing stuff that's like physical. If I'm going around like setting up lighting, or I'm going around setting up audio and stuff like that, my nose starts running and shit. It's like, it's hard to stop it. But don't worry, I ain't got the Rona, okay? Calm down if you're wondering, if you're tuning in for the first time. Keep it real, all 0 of you probably. But yeah, I mean, sorry guys, I'm dabbing my nose, bitch, dab. Anyway, yeah, so, but yeah, going on and buying their entire stock. And then people, of course, you got somebody is going to ask like, hey, lady, what the fuck? And she says, basically, fuck off. Fuck off, I do what I want. And it's like, goddamn. Or the other dude, some dude bought like 17,000 pieces, like I don't know if pieces is the right word, but 17,000 cleaning products. Like tubs of, bottles of wipes and shit like that, bottles of hand sanitizer. 17,000 pieces of that. And this guy was like, yeah, I'm going to take this, I'm going to sell it on eBay and Amazon at a markup. Right? And they shut him down. But to think like, man, even in a time where we're faced with this virus that could, I mean, if we just left it unchecked, right, could wipe out millions of people, right? There's even some, I saw some stuff out there talking about 20 million Huawei accounts, like, had become inactive or deactivated since January. 20 million. And I'm no conspiracy theorist, but I'm like, boy, 20 million. Either they really, really, really ramping up their 5G out there, or people are fucking dying. And I doubt that China right now is ramping up their 5G when, they literally had to do a nearly nationwide lockdown, over a billion people locked down. I doubt they're putting up 5G antennas while this whole thing is going down. Another 60 million in mandatory quarantine. So I don't know, but if we left this whole thing unchecked, we could be like the human population could be decimated, like the Spanish flu back in the 1913 or some shit like that. They didn't have internet, they didn't have any way to warn each other, and it decimated a lot of the world population. And you know, even in times like that, people are just so selfish. People are just so selfish and unempathetic. Forget sympathetic. They're unempathetic towards their fellow human being, to the point where even in a time of desperation, where there are things that can help people flatten the line, like they say, they will still take measures for their own self-interest. Use it as an opportunity to get rich. That's what we're conditioned to do here. They sell it as this pipe dream. I call it it's a pipe dream of, if you work hard enough, if you bust your ass hard enough, like Bill Gates did, or, Jeff Bezos did, if you work hard enough, you too can be rich. To which I call bullshit. It's total fucking bullshit. And who are the people that say stuff like that? You look on all these news. I don't watch cable news, but anytime I've ever have, like their opinionated news, they're all rich. Every last one of them, all a bunch of rich dudes telling you, what you can and can't do. And, if you want to be rich like me, you just got to work super duper 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 hard. And what happens? We all know people who work super duper 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 hard. And they get businesses off the ground and what have you. But then all it takes is a little virus to strip it all away and show just how much of a crock of shit it all is. Because those same, the Warren Buffetts of the world, the Bezos of the world, oh yeah, they're fine. They're fine. They put their work into making sure that this whole system, benefits just them, and then everybody else gets crumbs. But they tell you, if you work hard, you can make it too. They sell you this pipe dream so you don't come at them with pitchforks, And yeah, I mean, we're seeing right in front of our eyes how, like, it can all, we're conditioned to just be selfish. And here's another thing about those guys, like timing is a motherfucker. It's like a lot of these guys that are rich, really, really, really rich, they had great ideas, they innovated. Yes, absolutely, they fucking worked hard, they worked really hard, but they also had the right ideas and put in that hard work right at the right time. Timing is a big factor, which ties into luck. If a guy, invents, the person that invented, the, here's a great example, the electric vehicle. We've had electric cars since we've had combustible engines. It's just a matter of the timing. During the time, the people with the most power and money and influence happen to have a vested interest in the combustible engine because it uses oil. It uses what used to be waste products of the oil they produced before. They would produce oil. They'll take oil out the ground, refine it, and make kerosene out of it, and use it to light people's homes and what have you. And then their waste products was basically the gasoline that we use today. And once they figured that out, electric vehicles were, on the up and up, but Standard Oils, companies and stuff like that had every interest in, once they figured out how to use their waste into as fuel for vehicles, they said, well, wait a minute, you got Ford banging out all these cars. Well, we want those electric vehicles. And so they took steps to make sure that want to put investments into these combustible engine vehicles. Sorry. And we want nothing to do with these electric vehicles. And it, sure enough, it did. It went away. Now, boy, if you want an electric vehicle, you got, well, you got a lot of fucking money. Because, these Teslas, they're the future and what have you. But right now, I don't know anybody driving a Tesla that makes less than $100,000 a year, unless they're like single and got nothing else to blow their money on. And that's the way it goes. And so my point is that timing is something that plays a lot into whether you sink or swim, just in general. If you start a business, it's like, yes, if you want to make it, you have to be unique. And you have to invest in marketing. And you have to come up with something that people want, but has to be different from the rest, more convenient than the rest, easier to use, or, something that promises an improvement in your life, such an improvement that they can't be without it. Then even with all that, it has to be offered at the right time. There has to be a public interest, a public desire for it. Otherwise, you're not gonna strike it rich, In the best case scenario, yeah, you'll get by. You put in that work, you'll be able to get by, and, your business might take off. And listen, case in point is restaurant industry. Good Lord, you start a restaurant, there's a high likelihood that you will fail unless you start the right kind of restaurant, offering the right kind of food in the right location with the right population at the right time. That all those factors are huge in determining the success of a restaurant. And like there's a restaurant out, maybe a couple, 5-6 miles from where I live. It's a seafood restaurant. And from the day it took off, boy, this restaurant has changed their menu. They've changed their prices, what they offer. They do brunch. They don't do brunch. They do brunch again. They don't do brunch anymore. They only do brunch on special occasions. Not anymore. Okay, now it's back to, you can do a brunch if you pay for it as like a catered event kind of thing. They're constantly changing their business model because they're just trying to float. They're just trying to stay alive, And anytime I drive by there, it's like it's empty, and people aren't really in there buying seafood. And it's weird because, it's the only seafood place in the area. Like you'd have to drive half an hour, 45 minutes to find the next good seafood place, whereas anything else you got, McDonald's or some other, like American barbecue food, Mexican, and what have you. And one seafood place. And it's just, what is it? Why aren't they taking off? Why isn't it packed in there? Because it's in a happening place in the area. It's like you, in that same, shopping area, shopping center, you have all kinds of stuff. You have, Looney's Chain. You have, a bunch of, all kinds of different restaurants. You have schools. You have businesses, lots and lots and lots of businesses. You have a Kaiser Permanente executive office there. You have health centers there, all within walking distance. And this place is always empty. So what is it? Is it what they offer? Is it seafood? People don't like seafood? I doubt that. Is it the timing? Well, no. They put it in there while the place was still developing, and it's still struggling when the place is literally booming. It's like hustle and bustle, hella people there. And was it the, timing? I mean, what is it? What is it? Maybe they're just unlucky. Luck plays a factor too. And yeah, I mean, it's, guys, it's no joke. I mean, starting a business and doing your own thing, and even like starting a YouTube channel, a lot of people get into YouTube and they think that, yeah, I'm going to start this channel and I'm gonna do this thing and I'm gonna start getting paid, and I'm gonna be paid buku money like all the rest of the other famous YouTubers. And that I was one that got a major wake up call with that one. I thought that if I go and put out these bomb cinematic videos and like be interesting, and I'll get like hella viewers and I'll get hella followers, and then I'll start getting monetized and I'll start making some money, and the next I don't have to work anymore and I'll just be doing this for a living and have fun. It's like, no, that's not quite how it goes. Not quite how it goes. Sometimes life throws you curveballs. And yeah, YouTube, I feel like every 5 years or so changes all of its rules based on, I don't know what, man. Like, I don't know, they got like focus groups, or they have like, their executives just get in a room and just start saying, okay, how can we make it more difficult for everyday people to, build channels here, Like, I started my channel and I'm making my videos and I'm thinking, yeah, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna get hella people watching. Okay, nobody's watching. Okay, if I buy ads and get hella people watching, it's like, haha, joke's on you. We're sending your when you look at the maps of where it's being showed, we're sending it to places where English is not the dominant language. And they're watching for exactly 15 seconds, which is the threshold. The threshold for payout. So it's like, okay, I got duped with that one. Great. All right. And then you start to realize, like, boy, now it's, what is it? Something like, I don't know, 1,000 subs, 4,000 hours or something like that. Like, well, for a lot of people, it's like, holy mackerel, good luck with that. You know what I mean? Because you have to go through, it's a deep learning curve to just get your stuff in front of a living person, And then once you get that, it's like to keep them engaged, all you can do is just your best, and then like when you finally start getting money, right? You finally meet that and you finally start getting money. I mean, it's not really usually much. Especially if you're a guy like me that like, okay, if I invest in this light, it'll make my videos better. If I invest in this mic, it'll make this video better. By the time I get done with all my investments and I finally start getting some kind of return, it'll be forever before I get my money back. And so it's a wash. And so it's, and I'm not saying this to discourage people. I think it's important that people know what they're getting themselves into before they get into YouTube, because there's so many people with so many interesting lives and things that they do that I constantly think like, man, if you did a YouTube channel, you'd be great. Like I recently did a promo videos for this massage company in Pennsylvania, and they they do sports massage therapy, and then they also do other alternative medicine stuff like Reiki therapy, and they do like things like essential oil therapy and what have you. And the Reiki therapist, I thought, wow, she is definitely one of those ASMR types. She's a beautiful woman. She just naturally speaks very softly, no matter what. I'm there, I'm talking business with them. I'm talking, setup and, the production with them. And the one guy is speaking as plainly as I am, and the other one is speaking like this. Everything is just, take it easy. It's not a big deal. There's no hurry. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that. And I'm just thinking like, she's talking to me about like, okay, I was thinking I want to talk about this, that, and a third. Oh, and I was also thinking maybe we can try an overhead of me doing some energy clearing and what have you. And I'm like, I'm going to fall asleep just trying to talk with you. Let's get to it. Like let's get to work, because I got to keep my composure, because her voice is just so relaxing. And then like she's beautiful woman, and then she's doing her energy clearing on capturing everything. And every time I look back at it, I feel a little bit of what do they call that, zen or what have you, like when you feel chill. All right. man, she would make a great channel, ASMR channel, and it'd be great. She can get a bunch of followers and what have you. But even if she did, it wouldn't be an overnight thing. It would be something where she'd have to make a lot of videos, have a large library, and then use all the different tools that YouTube gives you to keep people engaged. Playlists and cards and end of video links and all these things to just get people to watch and stay engaged. And then after that, you have to meet that threshold before you start making any kind of money. And so my point is, even if she started a channel, she should know these things up front, that this is what it takes to make a YouTube channel. And if you want to make money, you need to put that shit out of your mind completely. Don't go, if there's one thing if I can go back in time and tell myself, like, dude, if you're going to do YouTube, like this whole concept of money, put that shit out of your mind. You ain't just act like you're never going to make any money. Like there is no money in YouTube, period, in any way. Not even if it's through monetization. You have to tell yourself, like things like Amazon affiliates and the Patreons and what have you. Like you have to go into YouTube thinking, I'm not going to get shit out of any of this. And so go into YouTube making videos that you just love to make and just go in and do it and have fun. And if you're a guy like me, listen, man, I hear you. A guy like me and you're thinking like, man, it's hard to get out of my own way and just say, okay, I made this video and there's not as much B-roll as I wanted. There's not as many kick-ass, clips that I wanted because it's hard to do it by myself. And why is it by myself? People say like, well, you should go collaborate with people. And it's like, that's not easy either. It's like all kinds of roadblocks with that. Number one, if I want my YouTube channel to be kind of oriented in like, cinematic things, well, if I collaborate with someone that is not as versed in filmmaking as I am, then that can be difficult. Was that my HVAC unit making noise? But sorry about that, guys. It's just I heard a noise and I thought, like, wait a minute, is that a draft? No, it's my HVAC unit trying to get heard because it's thirsty for attention. But in any case, back to what I was saying. What the fuck was I saying? And so, goddamn, what was I saying about? I was talking about. Right. So if I'm making content and the person is not as well versed in filmmaking as I am, well then it becomes difficult because then, it kind of like hinders progress when you're trying to make content and keep a schedule and what have you. And sure, you can go and teach, but if the person would need to be like, have a mind to be taught and want to learn, and B, the person would need to be somewhat kind of competent, when it comes to that sort of thing. Now, let's say you're not a filmmaker like me and what have you. You don't care about that approach. You just want to just take a camera and, turn it on and do your thing and make your content, whatever. To those people, I say, God bless you. Keep that going and keep it that way, because the more you try to lift or raise your production value, the more difficult your videos get. Then it stops being fun. It stops being fucking fun, and then you don't want to do it no more. And I have a friend, Jorge. You should check out his channel. It's called Call Me Jorge. It's in Spanish, and the guy, he just goes around and he just explores what the fuck is around him. Like, what's around me? What's around here? I want to go explore and see, And his channel is cool, and man, he got monetized and all this stuff, and God bless him, and it's because he goes in with the mindset of, I'm just gonna go in there and I'm not gonna make anything. I'm just gonna go, make any money. I'm just gonna go in there. I'm just gonna go and just make videos about whatever, just have a good time, and I'm gonna put out whatever I shoot, and that's it. Whereas whereas me, I'm like, man, was there enough, compression in this last shot? Did I shoot it in the right, light, setting, and the white balance and all this stuff. I'm like, this shot is not as amazing as I wanted, so I'm gonna scrap it, kind of shit, And he just puts his stuff out, and Anytime I don't talk to him as much as I should, but anytime I do, I'm like, bro, just keep it simple, man. Just stay the course. And look, it paid off. And whereas people like me, I just can't seem to get it together. But yeah. And so, guys, I mean, YouTube is YouTube is fun. It's rewarding, you know, but you have to, in a sense, just stay out of your own way. You know, if you want to make YouTubes about you crafting something, just take your camera, put it on yourself, and go for it. Because when you start getting into like, is my lighting perfect? Do I look perfect? And all this stuff, next thing you know, you're spending a lot of time unnecessarily sweating the details. And for nothing, because oftentimes people don't give a shit. People don't care about like, oh, oh man, look how cinematic this video looked and what have you. Because what they care about is like, what is the video about? Like, oh shit, this guy is gonna bungee jump over a bridge or something like that. That's cool as fuck. He's gonna bungee jump while grooming a cat or something like that. Some crazy shit like that. Or bungee jump while eating a hot dog. And it's like, oh, that's cool. All right. Nobody's gonna give a crap if you shot it in 4K or, HDR, or if you shot it with a red, or if you shot it with a, you know, although you should shoot it with a drone. That'd be cool as shit. But it's like, nobody's gonna care if you shot it on your cell phone, right? Just go out there and make your videos and put it out. Don't be an asshole like me that's like, oh man, fucking hey man, I can't, I can't make these perfect things. I have all these ideas in my head, And I guess I don't know. Maybe the disconnect is that like my ideas are geared towards making a film, right? And it's like, I guess there's a difference, maybe there's a difference between filmmaking and YouTubing. You have people that blend the two beautifully. They make really nice, interesting, funny YouTube videos, and they make it very cinematic and they make it very cool and engaging. And then there's people that like, most people separate the two. Most people would just grab a camera and just make funny, great entertaining videos. Whereas other people will make entertaining videos in another way, and as far as making films. And I thought about that, here and there. I thought like, maybe what if I made like, videos that aren't like tutorial based? Maybe I'm shitty at teaching, maybe I don't know. Maybe I should make something where I do skits. Or maybe I should make something where I make videos about, I don't know, scenarios. What do dads go through? I'm a dad, by the way. I have 2 kids, beautiful kids. One's 11, the other one's 2. And, what do dads do with kids in that age range, What's it like, going from renting to owning? I recently bought a home and, now I know what homeowner life is like. And, man, that's a motherfucker, too. That's a whole nother world. Because like, next thing you know, you go from calling the landlord because your HVAC system goes up to calling yourself, because like some shit break down. The first thing you think is, oh shit, how much is that going to cost? How much is that going to cost to fix, man? This is, this homeowner shit is no joke. That's for another podcast. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to take this channel. Like this channel, I don't want to throw this channel away. I don't want to just give up on this channel but I also don't want to like go crazy and start changing my direction with it every video. And it's something where I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. And so I figured, you know what, I want to keep it alive. And so I guess maybe I could just start talking. Maybe get off camera and just start talking and just keep it at that, for now until I figure out what I want to do. I don't know. And then maybe I'll prepare you guys for like, hey, I'm going to try this new thing. Look out for this video and just maybe try, situational. I don't want to say comedy because then it's a sitcom, but I'm thinking situational micro short filmmaking, I guess. I don't know, just stuff where make something interesting to get you guys through all this quarantine shit, and I don't know, but for now it's this will have to do because I can come out here and share my thoughts on this and that, and I don't know, maybe if by some miracle, I guess, this thing takes off, maybe I start getting some guests on here, and you know, of course I'll start with like people I know, or and then maybe move on from there. Maybe get some sponsors. Yes, I'll get some sponsors from like cupcakeries. Plug them, get some free cupcakes, increase my BMI, give myself the beatus, belly injections, numb feet. Who knows? I don't know. Or maybe I'll plug some hair salons. Get like, I don't know. What do guys get in hair salons? Like a haircut? Like I'm gonna be real. Anytime I ever gotten my haircut in a hair salon, like they fucked me up bad. Like I go in there, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking going into a salon for a haircut? Matter of fact, I went to Bubbles some years ago, because I have spells where like I keep a short haircut, and then other spells where I grow my shit out and I get like curly hair, and I feel like it looks cool, but sometimes I get tired of my own shit. Sometimes my wife's like, cut your hair. But one time I went, like I was rocking a straight fro. Like I was like, my hair was like 7 inches off my head, like big fro, right? And I wanted to get a cut, but not so much. I wanted to keep my curls. So I ended up going to Bubbles. Bubbles. Like, what the fuck am I doing in Bubbles? Like, I don't know. My wife convinced me, like, hey, I got this great hairstylist, Billy. Some dude named Billy. And he's great, and, he's very good. And I thought, all right, well, fuck it. Let me try out Mr. Billy. So I went out there, and don't get me wrong, Billy's kick-ass at doing hair. Like, he's really good at doing hair, but needless to say, I came out of there disappointed. I thought, well, because you know how it goes. They always cut more than you ask them to. Even if you're like ultra specific and you pull out a ruler and you say cut this much, they always cut way more. And so I came out of there disappointed, but it is what it is. And Billy, he's like middle-aged guy, a nice build, lifts, and I guess in normal circumstances it would feel awkward as shit, but I was like, whatever. And then Billy's trying to talk to me like about manly stuff, and he's like talking about weightlifting and like guy stuff and what have you, And it was really, really obvious that like Billy, that he's not really into that sort of stuff, but he wants me to feel comfortable, which I guess I appreciated, I'm like, dude, it is not that serious. Like, whatever, dude, you can just cut my hair. Like, please leave the small talk out. But anyway, shout out to Billy. He's a good guy, and he should, if you ever go to a place and you see a guy named Billy, let him cut your hair because he's good. I just, anytime I go to hair salons, I'm never happy, And then I'm gonna be real, every barbershop I've been out to out here, I'm just like, like people just can't stop fucking up my hair, So I'm just like, fuck it, I'll just grow it out and just leave it out, just rock a fro, or just cut my own shit, Because you cut your own hair long enough. You do that enough, eventually you perfect your own shit. Then you don't trust nobody to do your hair no more because you are the master of your hair. But then after a while, I was like, that shit is tedious, man. It's like, man, I don't feel like doing this shit. Let me go to Shelby. Let me go to Shelby and what's going on with my audio here? Okay, calm down, bro. Sorry, my audio apparatus seems to have been acting funny. Maybe that's a warning that time's almost up. Oh shit, time's almost up. But anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Whoever's out there, the 1 or 2 people listening, appreciate your time. I gotta say, man, this felt good. I feel like, yeah, I'm all over the place, and I'm sure with time I'll get like more linear and like better and stay on topic and shit like that. But this felt good. This felt good, being able to just, get my thoughts out there and share my insights on what bullshit things that go through my head, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, subscribe to this channel, and just hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell on the subscribe button too, so you're notified whenever I put out a new podcast or video. Who knows? We we may see soon enough. I'm definitely feeling good about this. This feels good. I feel inspired, and I feel like, you know, if I can't make a video, then I could definitely just sit down and just like put out what's in my brain. And maybe you're entertained, maybe you're not, maybe you're, you find it fun, maybe you find it offensive, I don't know. But in any case, give me your thoughts, give me your feedback in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the things that I've said. And if you're a YouTuber, man, stay the course, keep it simple, keep it consistent, and stay on schedule. Because the almighty algorithm likes consistently, likes schedule, that you keep things steadily coming out, pumped out. And guys, appreciate your time. Appreciate you listening. And you can also check out my socials on Instagram. I'm at photography by XO. That's photography by XO. That's my Instagram handle. And then on Facebook, you could check out my Facebook. It's XO image. You could just search that up. They'll bring up my art page. And then you can also check out my website, www.photographybyxo.com. And wait, how did I used to say? And as always, from one artist to another. What did I say? And as always, from one artist to another. Thanks for watching. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Take care.